Hi, my name is Megan Reynolds, and today I'll be reading Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Once upon a time, long ago, there lived a lovely princess called Snow White. Her hair was black as ebony, her lips were as red as a new rose, and her skin was as white as snow. Everyone loved Snow White, everyone but the wicked queen, who hated the princess for her great beauty. One morning when the queen sat down in front of her magic mirror, the mirror spoke to her, saying, "Today, my queen, I see a maiden far more fair than thee. Lips like the road and skin white as snow, her hair black as ebony." The wicked queen stamped her foot and cried out in anger. "Take Snow White into the forest and kill her," she commanded her huntsman. "I will not let anyone in the world be more fair than I am." But the huntsman could not do such a thing. "Run away, dear child," he said. "Do not let the wicked queen see you ever again." Snow White was terribly frightened. She ran sobbing through the lonely forest, until at last she came to a tiny cottage beneath the tall trees. "How pretty it is!" she cried. "I wonder who lives there." Inside the cottage, the princess found 7 dusty little chairs, 7 little bowls in the sink, and 7 rumpled little beds. "I think some children must live here," she said to herself, "but oh, it is very dirty." Quickly she dusted the tiny house, washed the bowls, and made the 7 small beds. Then she lay down to sleep. When twilight came, there was a sound of singing in the forest. 7 little men marched into the cottage. They stopped in surprise when Snow White sat up and yawned. "Who are you?" they gasped. "My name is Snow White," said the princess. "I am hiding from the wicked queen who wishes to kill me. And who are you?" "I'm Doc," replied one little man, "and I'm grumpy, and I'm bashful, and I'm sleepy." "I'm Sneezy, and I'm happy, and he's Dopey," they all shouted together. "He never talks." "I'm very happy to meet you," Snow White said politely. "If you will let me stay here, I will work very hard and keep your house as shiny as possible." The lovely princess kept her promise, and every day she cleaned the cottage. She made the beds, baked pies and cakes and tarts and cookies. The dwarfs had never known anyone so good and kind and sweet. One morning, after the dwarfs had gone to work, there came a tapping at the door. A wrinkled old peddler stood on the step. "Try my apples, pretty maiden," she begged. "They are magic apples and will make your wishes come true." Snow White took a big bite of the rosy apple, but no sooner had she tasted it than she fell to the floor in a faint. For the peddler was really the wicked queen, who had found out that Snow White still lived, and the apple was filled with poison. That evening, when the 7 dwarfs came home, they found the lovely princess lying on the floor. "She's dead! Our princess is dead!" they sobbed. Sadly, they carried her into the woods and laid her beneath the trees. Months passed, and Snow White's bed was covered with leaves, and then snow, and then lovely blossoms of springtime. One day, as the dwarfs knelt at her side, a handsome young prince rode into the clearing on a white horse. "What a beautiful maiden!" he exclaimed. He bent and kissed her. To the dwarf's amazement, the princess opened her eyes. She sat up and smiled. "She's alive! She's alive!" the little man shouted. "Hurrah! You have broken the wicked queen's spell." What joy there was in the forest then! Even the squirrels and the rabbits danced in delight, and when the Snow White rode away with her prince, the dwarfs were not sad even for a minute. For now they know Snow White was happy. Her loveliest dream had come true, and besides, she had promised to come back and visit them every single springtime when the first flowers broke through. The end.